Hello, Chaylin here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, you're gonna be seeing me do something a little bit different, and it's gonna be a it's not my usual opening where I open up Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or One Piece. It's gonna be a PSA submission. So my thoughts on PSA submitting is that I was always scared to submit. I don't know what it was. I was just scared of the whole process. Like, what if something happened? How I'm gonna mess it up? You know what I'm saying? So when I first did a submission, I went to a shop and I paid them for the services, and they submitted it for me, which I felt a little better. But I was like, man, I could have saved like an extra 20 bucks just if I did it myself. So I started doing it myself, and I was like worried for no reason, because now I just fully trust the process, and we're gonna do a PSA submission, and we're gonna do it with none other than one of the craziest cards we pulled in the channel, and it's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Master Magia. Now, when people ask like, when do you submit a card, why do you submit this card, I've been asked those questions before, and I usually tell them, if you're gonna submit a card for grading, just do it with any card you want or any card you're planning to sell that's a higher value in grading. I know Pokemon, like, you can pretty much grade anything right now. It's crazy because the market is all about grading, but at the same time, when people are buying in Pokemon grading cards, there's such thing called Pokemon bulk grading, which is crazy, but it's a thing now, and I totally get it because there's an abundance out there. But Yu-Gi-Oh cards, it is a little tougher to grade cards because it's a playable game, and like a lot of people play these cards instead of grading them or collecting them, unless they're like from the older set. But I feel like this Dragon Master is such a collector's piece that it's okay to grade, and that's one of the fair warnings I give for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's always best to play them. Not really good to grade them unless they're like a classic card. And for One Piece, it's kind of the same thing, but there's a lot more collectors of One Piece right now. But grading the card, only grade like the most, like the manga cards are always good to grades. But yeah, that's my thoughts on PSA. So for this video, we're gonna talk about the process of grading the card, or my personal inspection of the card, and we're gonna do it start to finish. We're gonna do my inspection, the submission, the packaging, the weight, and we're at the end of the video we're gonna see the grades for this card. And I don't know what we're gonna get, but I have high expectations. When I first see the card I'm gonna grade, I usually give it a little bit of an inspection. So here we go. We're gonna take this one out the sleeves. I believe BGS has like subgrades. I know we're talking about a different grading company, but they have like a subgrade category which kind of helps you. It's like a checklist, you know what I'm saying? So the subgrades they have are 4. It's going to be the corners, edges, surface, and the centering. So we're going to check those out of our card, on our card, and make sure it's all fine. So we're going to start off with the surface, since I have the light right here in front of me. So what I usually do is I'll take a light like this and shine it across the whole card look for any imperfections like scratches or whatever. For the most part, this one looks pretty clean. It is packed fresh, but just because it's packed fresh doesn't mean it's going to be like a perfect card, you know what I'm saying? So here we go. Yeah, this one looks really clean. Super happy I got this one. And then the next thing is the edges, which is the edge of the cards right here. I don't see any deformities or imperfections, so that one looks pretty good to me. Visually, I'm not a grader, so this is all me looking. And then the corners up here, there's no dings, because sometimes cards fall down and they ding. I can't believe I'm doing that because I'm a little worried because I don't know the distance between the two. But yeah, the corners look clean to me. And then a good thing for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, centering is a little bit easier because we always have the borders right here, so we can definitely check from there. I know Pokemon, they do have full arts, so you kind of have to have like something there. I know there's other tools out there you can use, like there's the one sleeve looking thing. I don't have it, but it's just an example. But you could just put it on top and it'll just measure out the corners for you and show you that it's perfect. But for me, I usually take a ruler, but I don't want to risk the chance of scratching a Starlight Rare. But I'll measure the corners up to the side, make sure they all match all around. And one of the things I look at too when I'm doing my own inspection for the card, I make sure that it's nice and flat. Some cards are a little warped because the temperature of your house or whatever changes, and it kind of deforms the card. So if it's a little warped, I suggest flattening it out by putting it in a top loader, stuff it inside a book, wait for like 2 or 3 days. It'll flatten out for you, and hopefully will get you that perfect shape. But to me, if I were to guess a grade for this card, I would definitely guess a 10. Now, one other thing too is that I don't think there's a lot of grading for this card, since it's like such a rare card. But I feel like the population does matter in a way, that if it's too many tens out there, then it's too many tens. But I don't really think like it matters like an eighth of a point. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it. So I feel like this is gonna get a 10. The card looks super clean. It's flat, corners, center. It looks center to me for visually. I'm not a grader, but this is just something I expect. So hopefully we can get a 10. So let's hop on PSA and start a submission for this Dragon Master. Let's go. Alright guys, here we go on the PSA website. Now I know PSA do hold events for like local pickups. That's if it's local to you. I know if you have like a collecticon, they're always there doing like in-hand submissions so you can hand it off to them so you don't have to worry about the whole shipping thing. But today we're going to be shipping out our card. You know, we're just going to trust the process because, you know, I'm pretty confident that it'll just work out fine. You know, fingers crossed. I hope I didn't just jinx myself. But here we go. We're on the PSA website. It's psacard.com. We're going to go ahead and hit submit at the very top. Now, one thing I want to talk about is that you don't need a membership, a paid membership. You just need an account to submit. So for the regular pricing, it's about $25 per card, and it has to be $500 or less, meaning the card value for, you know, your card is less than $500. So for my example, the Dragon Master, the current price for it right now during submission is like $700 to $900. So I have to fall between, I have to pay this much to get it graded. So this one does $500. It's not $500. It's a lot more. And we're going to pay $75 to get it graded today. So if you have a paid membership, then it gives you access to the bulk value, which, you know, you pay a lot less if you're submitting 20 cards or more and at value $200 or less. So when you're doing like, you know, the bulk submission, like a bunch of Pokemon EX cards or something like that, you know what I mean? But that's the gist of it. So when you're here, you just look at the pricing of what you're going to get into, but we're going to talk about that later when you're hitting the submission. So we're going to hit build your submission. So we're going to take it off to this list. This is, if I had other submissions, I cleared them all out just for the purpose of this video. And we're going to do a new submission. So we're going to do a trading card. There's also other things you can submit, like Funko Pops, booster packs. And when you're grading booster packs, they don't grade the cards inside. They just grade the factory sealing of it too. So that's something, if you guys are into that. So we're going to be grading a we're going to be grading a trading card. We're going to hit select and continue. Now for this service right here, there's a lot of things you can do for a trading card. For example, there's an autograph version, and if you guys want to see an autograph card, check this out. So for an autograph card, I have a signed PSA 10 quarter century rare signed by Eric Stewart, who is like Kaiba man himself. I'm gonna be doing a giveaway for this card pretty soon when I hit 5,000 subscribers. So that, you know, the next milestone. I'm a small YouTuber right now, but we're gonna be doing a giveaway for this one. But yeah, here it is, the signature. It just shows that the PSA DNA, you know, auto authenticated, and you know, they give you a grade as well. So that's the autograph duel service. Pretty cool. And if you are into like sports cards or whatever, you'll do the same thing if it's signed, if you get one of the signed cards too. So that's how you do I mean, that's just the dual service right there. So let's get back to PSA. And all right, guys, here we go. We are at the grading portion of the website. Now we're going to be selecting grading. We're not going to be doing autographs because, you know, I just showed you guys the autograph one. We're not going to be doing a review saying like, hey, my card deserves a higher grade. And we're not going to be doing a crossover saying that I'm switching from CGC grading or BGS to PSA, and reholder, which is like your case is cracked, or your case is if your case is scratched up, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be doing just grading. We're gonna hit select and continue, and then you're gonna be taken into this page where you select the service you want. For us, we're gonna be selecting the regular 10 days because our max declared value is between $700 to $900 for that Dragon Master. There's other services right here, but they're bulk settings, and you need a minimum quantities to fulfill this service. So you can't just select it for the price. You have to have actual 20 of $200 and less, meaning each card is $200 or less. You know what I'm saying? So 20 of those, and that's like it's so much math, right? But we're just gonna be doing the regular one. We're gonna hit select and continue, and then from here you just find a card that you are looking for. So for us, it's gonna be Dragon Master Magia, and then it's gonna bring up a list of cards for you, and you just pick which card is yours. Now, if you guys are looking closely, you'll see like different Japanese or whatever. So make sure you pick the card that is specifically yours, because if you're selecting a Japanese one, I mean, they're gonna correct it when they do the whole review and stuff, but you want to get it right the first time because you want to get on the greatest good side so you can get a better grade. So here we go. We're gonna do the English one. We're gonna do one and the declared total value. This reason why the declared total value is important is because it adds insurance when they ship it back to you. So it's pretty much saying 900. We're just gonna give it the best one, and it's pretty much gonna say like the insurance, like if it were to get lost in shipment, how much would it cost to replace it, and you'd be able to do an insurance claim for that. That's why it's important to put your value there. Hey, Future Chang here. I just want to quickly interrupt and talk about when you're building a list. If you're doing a bulk submission for $200 and less each card, so each card is $200 and less, you're just gonna keep adding cards into the list and repeat this step and just build your list that way, right? But if your 21st card tends to be $1,000, you cannot sneak that in. They will come back at you and say, hey, you need to resubmit this in a different way. You're gonna have to do a different type of submission for that card. And let's say your 22nd card is like a $400 card. Well, you're still gonna have to do a different submission for that. But don't worry, if you are making multiple submissions based on the card's value, then you can add that all into one box and ship it at the same time. So PSA is very lenient when you're doing multiple submissions, but just make sure that you're building your list correctly according to the criteria of your card value and PSA submission type. And so, right, anything you would like to share about your submission with us? I don't have anything. We're gonna proceed to checkout, and we're gonna get it right there. So here we go. For this one, billing and shipping, you know, your regular address and all that. Ship on your own. I recommend, it doesn't really matter which one you pick, but I ship on my own because I do have the shipping materials to do it. Because you know, I deal with trading cards all the time. But you can definitely pay for a prepaid label, but I think it's cheaper if you go to like pirateship.com, which we're gonna do later on. But anyways, here we go. This is the total invoice of everything. There's no promotion. Insured return shipping, so it's $20 for insured return, like I said, because it's an inexpensive card. And the total is $94.98. So that's how much I'm paying to get this card submitted. But although, you know, it's a $900 card, so I'm expecting a very big return when I get a PSA 10. Hopefully it gets a PSA 10. So here we go. For this portion, we're gonna ship it back to us because I want it in hand so I can do whatever I want with it. They do store it for you in a PSA vault, but you can always like withdraw it later on. That's just something. And then you just fill out your personal information and you're ready to hit review order. So let me fill this out and review the order to submit. Once you have everything filled out, we're gonna hit review order, and you know, we're just gonna pretty much agree that we are submitting a card to PSA for grading. So here we go. We're at your review submission. We have everything here. Make sure the card is correct. Make sure it's the English one, not the Japanese or Korean one. Prices look good. Shipping on your own. Yeah, you make sure your address is fine. Your payment method is good, and you're gonna be checking this box, making, you know, just saying that you agree to everything that PSA has to offer. Make sure you read it if you are you know, that concerned with it. But I've done this a lot of times, and it's just, you know, you agree to the terms. They're not at fault when they lose your card. Blah 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 blah. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and place order. And so here we are. We are at the PSA submission, like the final place of the PSA, like, you know, the submission portion. Now we're ready to package our stuff. It gives you everything you need to know about packaging as well. But I'll show you guys what I do for packaging and you know, what forms you need to submit. So make sure you print everything right here. And once you have everything arranged, you know, like the barcode and everything else, then we'll get. I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do for submission. But make sure you get the address as well. And if you're gonna FedEx it, this is where you FedEx it to. But we're gonna be using a USPS to submit it for their shipping. So let's change the view. Let me print out all the forms, and we'll package this up and submit it for PSA grading. Pretty exciting, guys. Pretty exciting. Oh yeah, guys, another thing I want to mention is that if you have like 4 different types of submissions, so let's say you're doing like a $900 card and you're doing like a $200 card, you know, it's cheaper to do the $200 card, then you could definitely combine shipping into one box. So to do that, you're gonna, you know, at this website, you're gonna be right here at the combine. They're gonna give you special steps on how to do it, and you could submit, to save money on shipping, like 5 different submissions, because not every submission is going to be the same unless you're doing like bulk or something like that. So that's just one of the things I wanted to point out. If you guys are like worried about if I were have like 3 or 4 submissions, you could just put it in one box, ship it out, and it should go good. So let's go ahead and try to get this Dragon Master packaged and ready to go. Alright guys, I have everything in front of me for the shipping portion, so we're going to package our Dragon Master and ship it off so hopefully they can get graded. Now one thing I do want to make sure that you guys know is that when you're doing the PSA submissions, they won't charge you until they ship it back to you. So once everything's done, once it's encapsulated, that's when they'll charge you for your money. So you didn't pay upfront yet, they're going to charge you when when it's at its final stages. So that's just something in case you guys didn't know. So that's one of the things I didn't, because I thought I was gonna pay for it when I submitted the first time, but they didn't charge me until they shipped it back. So anyways, here we go. Here's the Dragon Master. What I like to do is keep it in the sleeve that I had it in. So sleeve it up, and then I like to put a little tab on it right here. So we're gonna do purple, the Master theme, and we're gonna put it in the back. That's the only reason why is because you want to get on the grader's good side. Anything that helps them out to make their day a little easier. Make it, I guess, a little better for grading. And then one of the things is you're gonna have to have a semi-rigid card. Don't use a regular top loader or whatever. It has to be this semi-rigid one. I don't know if they changed the rules for that, but this is what I've always been using, and it's always been instructed to use. So we're gonna use the semi-rigid. We're gonna stick with it, you know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna have the tab right here, so it's easier access, so they can just pull out the card like that. You see what I mean? So that's why we put the tab on there, to make it a little easier on them. And once I put it in where I like it, or like center it inside the sleeve, I'll bend this a little up so it'd be easier to grab for them. So that's what I do. You don't have to do it, but like I said, if it makes the grader's day a lot better, then it is what it is. So here we go. We have some cardboard right here. We're gonna put it inside 2 cardboards. I bought these cardboards from Amazon, but I don't like how it's like not covering the whole thing. So we're gonna do 2 pieces of cardboard, which kind of like is not really too well, but I feel like when they take it out and they like misplace it, so we're gonna tape these together and then we're gonna submit it for the grading portion of it. So let me tape these up and we're gonna rubber band it together. Alright, so it's just basically any 2 pieces of cardboard. The reason why I did this, because I felt like this wasn't tall enough, and I feel like this was gonna damage it, because it's a pretty expensive card, so I want to keep it as flat and as mint as I can. So I got these 2 because these are tall enough for the card. So it's just any piece of I got it from like a box lid to be honest. So we're gonna put it in between, we're gonna sandwich it, and then we're gonna give it some rubber bands to hold it together, because that's what's recommended or suggested by PSA. We want to do stuff that they recommend. So we're gonna put some rubber bands on it, it's gonna hold it together, and that's it right there. So our shipping box is like a little sorter. It's a 300 count box. It'll fit perfectly right in, but we're definitely gonna put some bubble wrapping on it so it doesn't shake around a lot. And with the cardboard there, it should hold it fine. And I feel like something like this is like pretty sturdy for its size. And it's pretty much we're just stuffing everything inside the box for them for the grading portion. So here we go. We got some bubble wrap right here, and bubble wrap here. And I usually like to fold it up like this, so that way it'd be easier for them to rip off when they open it up. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Put that down right there in between. Fine. It's nice and sturdy. It won't move around. I feel like it's gonna be hard for them to pick out, but I think it's totally fine. And then we take all of our slips right here. This one we're gonna need to put outside the box, but everything else, the submission, like everything you print out, just fold it up and put it inside the box, so that way they have it when it gets to them. So we're gonna put it in here just like that. It should fit perfect. If you guys want to see how I'm doing it, boom, so that way it doesn't move. Put this together, and now one of the things we're gonna ship it out ourselves. The only reason why it's gonna work out for me is because I have a scale for when I ship out mail. So you're gonna have to get the weight when you ship it out. So don't be afraid to go to like UPS or FedEx to shipping it out, because they do recommend USPS or FedEx. So we're gonna tape this up. we're gonna get the measurement and we're gonna ship it out with pirate ship just to get our shipping label. I don't think I should show you guys pirate ship, but if you guys are interested, just check out pirate ship. Everything is self-explanatory on there. I'm just gonna show you guys the shipping label, and you know, pretty much we're just gonna wait for it to get graded now. So yeah, let's get the label on this and ready to go out. Amazing. All right, guys, now that we have our box nice and taped up, we're gonna need this shipping label that we printed out earlier. We're gonna tape this off to the side of the box, and then we're gonna put the label on there so we can, you know, go, you know, ship it out, you know what I'm saying, so we could submit it for grading. And next thing we got to do is just the waiting process, and hopefully we can get it within 10 days and get a PSA 10. So it's gonna be quite a journey. So here we go. We're gonna label it first. Alright guys, there you have it. I have the code right here from the things we printed out from PSA, and then my shipping label. So hopefully everything is good. We're gonna drop this off at the post office, and you know, hope for that 10. So let's go. At the post office. I don't know about you guys, but I like doing it like, you know, scan instead of scanning. The clerk will just dropping it off just to make sure I have everything here. So there we go. And off to the races. Since I live in California, it only took a day to get delivered. Crazy. Alright guys, we're on our next day, and I'm looking in the PSA app, and look at here, it is in progress. Let's go. Even better, on the same day, they sent me a notification, and they already have it scanned and ready to go. This grading process is actually going pretty fast, I think. Man, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I just got this notification. At least it's in grading, so that's good news. Hopefully we can get that 10. I guess that's something to wake me up. Let's go, guys. Alright, a few days has passed. I got a different notification. It is in the assembly stage. It's getting slabbed up right now. I can't wait to see it. Alright guys, I just got the receipt back, so I'm assuming they don't charge you until after it's been, you know, in the slab. So let's go ahead and check out the app. And it's doing Q&A checks just in case they have some, I guess, some other things they could do. Oh, and then also I want to show you on this page is that you can do like a grade reveal. Like you can see your grade right now, but I really want to wait until the video. So, you know, do a live action or, you know, in person. So we're going to do that. We're just waiting for it to come back to us, and it's going to be real soon. Alright guys, we are at the end of our PSA journey. We got our package back, and hopefully we're wishing for a 10. Overall, the process has been really smooth. You know, you just do your submission, you just make sure it gets there. If it doesn't get there, then something's wrong. But overall, the process did take about 10 days. You know, minus the days it was like shipped back and forth. Because today is Wednesday the 25th, and I didn't get this package back until the 23rd. I didn't opening it because I didn't have time to do a recording, but today's recording day, so I do have time today. So here we go. This is like pretty much live for today because today's the 25th. So it's still sealed. Hopefully we can get that 10. We're gonna unseal it. Oh my god, I'm nervous because, you know, this will really help me out a lot. Oh, okay, so it is bubble wrapped inside, and it does have my thing. So we're just gonna move that off to the side and slowly see how it's wrapped, because I don't want to like a grade reveal. Okay, so it's laying sideways, so I gotta make sure we don't get anything. And if you guys want to see the box, there it is. But I don't want to get any spoilers, so I gotta do this very carefully so I can know which one is the front and which one is the back. Again, because I don't want any spoilers. And I don't know what I'm looking at, so we're just gonna do one more layer. This looks like, dude, it's so hard to tell. I don't want any spoilers, so we're just gonna go to the corner right here. That looks like the front. Okay, so that's the front, that's the back. We're good. Okay, so we didn't get any spoilers. I know. Shoot, how am I gonna do? Okay. So I've seen people do like the reveals and all that, so we're gonna definitely look at it one more time. It still looks pretty clean, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna take my thumb over everything. I hope I get it right, and then Boom. Okay, it looks clean, guys. And we're gonna do the reveal in, I'm really hoping for a 10. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, we got a 9. And it's still not too bad. Still not too bad. It's gonna help me out, not as much as a 10 would, but you know, it's just gonna start me off, you know, because I'm, you know, starting my own thing, and you know, this is a 9. Yeah, not too bad. You can't get mad at a 9, but at the same time, you really wish for a 10. I really thought it was gonna be 10. You know, I kind of had like, after I submitted it, I kind of had like a little bit of remorse because when I was like, I didn't do like another inspection like personally. I only did the one on the video, so maybe there was like some smudges or something. I don't know. Maybe I could have done a little better, but a 9, not too bad. It's still, I think, well, it's still like $1,000. Still pretty good. So there you have it, guys. That is how you submit a PSA card from start to finish. I hope it's very thorough and answer a lot of your questions. If not, you know, you guys can ask me, but I might not know the exact answer, so just make sure you contact PSA. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. On other videos I usually do, I do giveaways. This one, we're just gonna do a submission, that's it. And hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys laters.